So, morning. Thanks for coming to this Sunday morning live stream on balance. Balance is one of the fundamental principles of Tai Chi. So, in fact, the Tai Chi is the balance or interplay of yin and yang. So, in its very name, it outlines the purpose of Tai Chi. So we're going to go through some exercises that concentrate on physical balance, but also on the structural balance of the body, and sort of just looking at balance in the round. So we're going to start with some warm-up exercises to balance the front and back of the body. So we have two very important channels. We have up the back, the Du channel, and down the front, we have the Ren channel. So these two need to be balanced in relation to each other. They're fundamental for the kind of internal circulating of energy in the body. So we're going to stretch the Du channel first. So for this, I want you to relax your tailbone down so that you're going to arch, or so you're going to bend rather your spine. So your chin hangs down on your chest. Your knees are bent over your toes. By that I mean in the direction of your toes, but not beyond your toes. And you're just using gravity to open the spine. So you're relaxing the back. Bring the tail as if you've got a tail and you're pulling your tail between your legs. And breathe. Really try and feel as if the posture itself funnels the weight down into the feet and down into the ground. The Du could be considered a yang channel, if you like. Not that it is so in its nomenclature, but it's this sort of strength supporting up the back of the body. It kind of provides a kind of strengthening element. So you're opening and making sure all of the bones of the spine are opening a little bit from each other, making space for the nerves. So really try and feel either side of the spine, that you're opening, lengthening head top to tailbone, and you're breathing. And then push from the ground slowly, slowly, like a fern opening up through the body. And now we're going to stretch the front of the body, so the Ren channel. So feel as if that growth continues, and you feel as if the front of the body grows bigger than the back. So you're not collapsing the back, but you're opening the front of the body and just extending all the way up to your forehead. You notice I can talk quite happily because I'm not allowing my head to hang back. So don't allow your head to hang back. Feel the whole front of the body, as if the whole front of the body is suddenly a bit bigger than the back of the body. And you're opening, stretching all the way through the front of the spine. Keep breathing. So open, keep opening. You probably find it most difficult to open the chest. There's a lot of musculature around the rib cage. So generally we tend to be a little less mobile in our thoracic or our chest area. So really make sure that you're not emphasizing all of the stretch in the back. You're opening the front of the chest. Relax, well done. Come back to neutral stance. And I want you to pay attention to feeling the back of the body and the front of the body and balancing those two surfaces. So generally we talk about the front of the body being yin, the back of the body being yang, as I said before. So the back of the body gives strength and the front of the body should be soft and relaxed. So we're balancing yin and yang in the body. So sometimes in our postures, we are a little bit too tight in the front. So for example, the kind of typical military posture like this with the chest, this, what we would say is raises the chi into the chest. And we don't really want an imbalance of chi. We want chi to be spread evenly through the body. So you want the chest to relax. So really concentrate on that feeling of balancing front and back in the body. The knees are soft. So try and feel both of those surfaces equally open. Very good. So bringing your feet together, we are going to explore the body's balance. So you're going to close your eyes, your feet are together, your knees are together. You're going to close your eyes, paying attention to keeping the front and the back of the body open. And observe the body in balance. So keep coming back to balancing the front and the back of the body. So the abdomen is soft in yin, relaxed but not collapsed. The back is strong but not tight. So each surface contains a little of its opposite. So if you think of the yin-yang symbol, the two sort of intersecting fishes, sometimes they're called, with a little black dot in the white fish and a little white dot in the black fish. So each of the complementary opposites holds the potential or a little bit of its opposite. So for this posture, you don't want to be too collapsed. You don't want the front of the body too collapsed. You want it to have a little bit of shape. And you don't want the back too tight. You want a softness through the spine, so you're balancing. And as you do this, you'll probably find that you wobble around a little bit. So there's a sort of movement. So this is to indicate balance is a dynamic state. It's not something you get and then hold. It's something that you continually work, you come back to. So it's an inherent, some people say balance is another sense that we have. And you can kind of feel this. So it's how we sense ourselves in balance. So it's a dynamic thing. So for most of you, you'll find that you move around a little bit. So the body always coming back to balance. So we have that nature of a system in health, is it wants to return to balance. And this is what we pay attention to when we practice Tai Chi and Qigong, allowing the body to return to balance. So sometimes I say balance is refined wobbling. So all the time there's a little bit of movement and we're correcting. So you're going to continue this in the shoulder width stance. So open the feet and try and feel the same quality of non-holding. So it's a balance, not a static posture. It's like you're balancing on your feet. So really try and feel that sense. You're balancing front and back of the body, insides and outsides of the legs. So don't collapse the legs in, don't push the legs out. You have the same feeling of balance in the legs and the same balance in the arms. So feel the inside of the arms with a little bit of life. They're not completely collapsed I mean, they're resting on the body, but there's a life there. You feel the inside of the arms and the outside of the arms. Very good. And then broaden that posture just a little bit more. So you're about shoulder and a half width now. Go back to your corrections, front and back, inside and outside of legs, inside and outside of arms, breathing and balancing on your feet. And then when you're ready, you can slowly start to move the weight from side to side. And again, you want the sides of the body to stay open. You don't want to let the hips collapse like this. So keep the hips nice and tidy. Move the weight from foot to foot. So when you move your weight into the left, the right becomes empty, but you want to see that they're part of one continual system. So one is full, one is empty. But each leg holds a little bit of the other state. So you don't collapse the leg as you take the weight out. There's a feeling of something's being left still in the leg. And let the arms rise up. Shoulders stay relaxed. Insides of the arms open. Outsides of the arms open. And really let the shoulders relax. And relax the arms down again. Good. Okay, so we're going to do an exercise. Golden Rooster stands on one leg. So hold a ball. One hand. So we're going to focus on one side to start with. So we're going to focus on your right side. So the right hand is going to feed up past your ear, and you're going to press the hand up towards the ceiling and push down on the other side. So here we are balancing up and down. So the same amount that you push up, you also push down. And then back, hold the ball. Now try on the other side. Hand pushes up, same amount pushes down. So you're balancing. When something goes up, something must also go down. So we're kind of pressing the hands away from each other. One more yang, one more yin. Hold the ball, everything back to the center. Really pay attention to the balance in both arms, because quite often we focus most on the most sort of dynamic or the active, in this case, the upper arm. So often we pay more attention there and we forget the lower arm. So you're trying to kind of balance those qualities. Keep breathing. You're balancing the front and the back of the body, so notice how it changes in relation to the movement. So the front of the body tends to relax more in this position and tends to stretch. So the back is changing in relation to the movement. So front of the body relaxes, back opens, front of the body opens a bit, but not too much. Back closes a little bit, but not too much. So the back is dynamic. Keep breathing. And try and pay attention to the two states. We have one more yin, relaxed, and one more yang, stretched and open. So we're balancing the return to the dantian here and the stretching away from the dantian here. So this is characterized by yang. Dynamic, creative, this is more restoring, relaxing, returning. So when we practice Tai Chi Qigong, usually there's this interplay of state, a rest phase and an active phase, or a movement away from the center and a movement back to the center. And the chi is not exhausted. So we're going to try that with physical balance now. So you're going to bring your left foot and your left hand up together. Stand on one leg. Left hand, right hand down. Same on the right side. Remember, you're balancing up and down with the hands. Keep breathing. If you find it difficult to balance, you can just rest your toe on the ground for stability. You can hold so that you give yourself a little bit of time to get into the movement, and then slowly so feel this movement away from the center and returning. Notice the back change a little bit. Yeah, so here it's a little bit like we are bowing the back, a little bit here, arching the back, but not too much. It's natural. You don't do it. The exercise does it to the back. And that's, last time we were talking a lot about being natural. Last time, if anyone was here last week, we talked about natural, being natural, allowing the natural flow, natural movement in the body. Good. So next time we're going to hold the balance for 10 seconds. So find your posture. Keep your knee bent. And we're going to do the same thing on the other side. 10 seconds. And relax. Hands onto the dantian. And pay attention to the body. So we balance activity with rest. Paying attention to your breathing and balancing the phases of breath. We have a sort of opening and a closing. Very good. Excellent. All right. So we're going to do an exercise to loosen the joints and practice our balance at the same time. So we'll practice the different elements separately. So standing on one foot, you're going to rotate the ankle. Change direction. You're going to rotate the knee or the lower leg around the knee. Change direction. And then round the hip. And change direction. So often when we do these exercises, it's like, for the balance, it's quite challenging because we have an active leg and then we have a stabilizing yin leg, and both have to be balanced. We tend to kind of focus more on the active, but you have to kind of feel the yin forming stability for the posture. Other side, excuse me. Ankle. Change direction. Knee. Change direction. Hip. Change direction. Good. And wrists. So we're circling the wrists. Change direction. Round the elbows. Change direction. And round the arms, shoulders. Really letting the shoulders open. Change direction. Good. So we're going to do all of those elements all at the same time. So standing on one leg, you're going to circle wrists, ankles, knees, elbows, keeping the wrists going, and then everything together. Change direction. Good. Change legs. So standing on one leg, wrists and ankles. Wrists and ankles, knees and elbows, shoulders, hips. Everything keep going. Change direction. Well done. Good. Shake arms and legs. And then again, back to your balanced posture. Feel any changes in the body. So you're balancing the front of the body, the back of the body, insides of the legs and the outside of the legs, insides of the arms, outsides of the arms. Very good. So 10-second balance up onto the tips of the toes. You're going to hold the balance for 10 seconds. And relax. Lift the toes. Balance on the heels. Shoulders relaxed. And relax. Outsides of the feet. And insides, but don't walk about. Just stretch onto the insides. And relax. So again, you want to kind of have this balance on the insides and outsides of the legs so that you're not either bow-legged or knock-kneed. You want to balance yin and yang so that you keep the legs open to flow. So pay attention to that. All the surfaces of the body equally open. So notice if you have the tendency to sort of slump forward or you have the tendency to stand up a little bit too straight to express in the front of the body, try to bring the body into balance. Very good. So hands on the dantian. You're going to stroke around the belt, so the backs of the kidneys, back of the body, stroke down the backs of the legs, and up the fronts. And again, keeping the knees out over the toes. You're going to feel again this change in tonality. So as we go down, the whole back of the body is stretching and opening. As we come up, the front of the body is stretching and opening. And we have a feeling of the whole body closing and the whole body opening. And we want a balance between these states. And like I said, it's not a fixed thing. It's a constantly returning aspect. We're always in homeostasis when we're well. So we're always trying to kind of balance our temperature, our blood chemistry. The body's natural inclination is to come into balance. And this is what we try to encourage in our practice. Good. So this time, we're going to continue all the way up. So you're going to bring your hands up the whole front of the body, over the face, down the back of the head and neck. Keep contact. Chest, ribs, kidneys, down the back of the body. Tongue on the palate behind the teeth. So we're helping the balance of flow through the whole body system. Keep breathing, keep relaxing. And last time. All the way down. Rest the hands on the dantian. And you're going to bring your feet in again. And we're going to end where we started, paying attention to the inherent balance of the body. So relax your arms down by your sides, knees are soft, head is up, weight is down. Dantian's relaxed. You're breathing and just notice in front and the back of the body. Is there anywhere holding? Can you relax a little bit more? Can you allow yourself to balance? Trust the balance of the body so that you don't have to hold yourself up. You allow the inherent nature of the body to balance itself in the flows. So we say in Tai Chi, move like a great river, but be still as a mountain. So this is the ultimate balance in states. Great. Thank you so much for coming. Have a great day. And yeah, thanks again.